Good evening, travelers. And this is going to be your Taurus full moon lunar eclipse reading as promised from the newsletter yesterday. Before I get started, I would like to explain that this is just a general reading. I'm not asking any questions. This is not for any specific sign. This is just the general energy surrounding this, I think, important lunar eclipse. This is going to be the longest eclipse. I think I read in one place it was 100 years. I read in another place it's 1,000 years. It's almost 4 hours long. It will be visible across all 50 states. I think between 1 and 4 a.m. and that's Central Time, my time where I am. So it'd be a little bit earlier for you on the East Coast and of course later for you on the West Coast. And the moon will go from an orange to a red. So it's a blood moon. And it is happening in the sign of Taurus, which will be the next sign that the lunar nodes will move to. So I just have this feeling that it's something really, really important that this moon will be ushering in. It is a full moon, so it means end of a cycle, and then we'll start something new. Now, because this is a general reading, the reading that I give the time frame a 2-week time period. Okay, that's as far as I like to do a timing on a general reading. If you try to read too far out on general readings, it allows universal chaos to come in. Different things can happen. But just because I'm saying it's a 2-week frame, okay, that's just the general rule, doesn't mean that, you know, it can't happen for you in January. All right. All things happen in their own divine right time, and there really is no timing in the tarot, but I just like to say that 2-week time frame when it's a general reading. Okay, so I have with me the Radiant White deck. I have already done some meditation and shuffling. I have as well with me the La Vida Sibila, and I'm not sure what oracle card I will be pulling, if I'll even be pulling one. Okay. Before I do get started, I'd like to tell you that the monthlies are open and they are up on the website for the next 2 weeks. I am allowing anyone who comes over to the website, go to the main menu and we see Tarot Gallery, to come over and view those readings. Okay, you don't have to pay. You don't have to be a member. You just go over to the website. You can click on the eye that'll show up here in the right-hand corner. That'll take you directly over to the website. If you'd like to book a reading, click that eye, take you right over to the website, find tarot consultations there on the main menu. So with that being said, that is my Thanksgiving gift, my gratitude gift for Thanksgiving to all of you guys out there who watch me. Okay. You can go on over and see those videos, all 12 of them, for free for the next 2 weeks from today until November 30th, and then they're done. All right. So let me turn the camera around. And we're going to lay some quick cards. A card presented itself. I will show you that in a moment. The card that presented itself was the reverse Ace of Coins. Now, you that have been with me a while know I don't read reverse cards. They just don't speak to me that way. But I can tell you what it means reverse. I'm going to have to place it right side up in order to read it because it completely goes silent. But in reverse, it can mean like a missed opportunity or wasted energies or a proposition that has fallen through or somebody has taken it back. As you can see, the hand is cupped over the ace, right? It's not open like that, saying, here, take it out of my hand. They're preventing you from doing it. Something's preventing you from getting this opportunity. So I'm going to turn that right side up. We know what that means, okay? Reverse. We know it came out reverse, and that's what we're talking about. So, 5 of Wands, the Chariot card. That's interesting because that's a moon card. It represents Cancer. The moon itself in the tarot represents the signs of Cancer and Pisces. The Strength card. The Queen of Swords. Wow, the Knight of Cups. The Five of Cups. The Two of Wands. And the Emperor. Interesting. 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards. 2 wands. A sword right in the center. 2 cups and a pentacle. What is over the whole reading? Wow. The King of Swords. So I'm definitely looking at a couple. Some type of couple, perhaps maybe familial situation. Usually when they show up, the court cards, the king and the queen together, it says that you guys are either in a committed relationship, you may be married, you definitely know one another, and you're on equal terms because you show up as king and queen. So this is no matter if you are same-sex or heterosexual, whomever takes the role of the male, whomever takes the role of the female. Okay? Let me see. I have 2 5s here. A 7 and 8, a 4 and a 2 with the 1. Now, we know that this was reversed. Yes? That's how it was. I don't know if this Strength card is a timing or not. It usually represents the month of August, the 8th month, or the summertime. I'm also getting this indication from this Lemonasket over her head that this has been something that's been going back and forth. Remember, I'm talking about that nodal energy. That. And some kind of sadness and regret here. That's interesting. There are definitely more than 2 people here. We have the 2 court cards. We have this 3rd figure off over here to the side. And then we have this Emperor. Now, this Emperor can be showing up in a sense of being like a father and or a father figure. Okay. This is the card. Major arcanas have powers that run through people. Okay, if it is an actual male, it will be someone who's older, may have a military background or someone extremely structured, someone who's a leader, people look up to him. But as a situation, the Emperor is asking that you balance logic and reason. It is a 4. It's a stability. He didn't become the Emperor by being a pushover and giving everything away. He doesn't stay the Emperor by being a tyrant and running over everybody. Even though this person in the negative can be someone who is my way or the highway. And what I'm getting from this figure is he's giving this 2 of Wands the side eye here. Okay. Now, the 2 of Wands, it's a 2. And 2s represent this idea of choice. Opposition. A crossroads. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be said. We have the willpower to do that, right? But there's a bit more that needs to be done. And that's going to be done once you make a choice. Because even not making a choice or not doing something is doing something and or making a choice. Okay? Up here at the top, this 5 of Wands. Now, this is a card, can be a card of like competition or play. Or I've seen it show up when people are fighting over children. There's a separation or divorce and they're fighting over the children. They're dragging them into it. They could be fighting like children. I've also seen this card show up when somebody is playing head games with you. Okay. So this Chariot card, I think, is quite interesting because I don't know if someone has returned home or was trying to come home or has returned home. That kind of doesn't fit. The reason why I say that is because Cancer rules the 4th house of home and house, homeland, city, town, state, country. But it also, because of the Cancer association, rules women and children. It is about emotions. Again, there's this thing about emotions. And so this card is about getting your emotions under control so that you can focus and steer this chariot where you need it to go. That requires strength. It requires balance. But we also see here this crossway, past, present, future, interplay of the cards. That this Queen of Swords here in the center it's all going on around her. So I would think this Queen of Swords is either going to be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarian, maybe Sun, Moon, or Rising. If not that, she's a police officer, a doctor, a dentist, a surgeon, a chef, a writer, an editor. I've even see her show up as a counselor. Okay, so all of this is going on around her. She's right in the center. And we see that she, holding the Ace of Swords or the Sword of Truth, is requesting something. She's open to discussion. She's open to talking. She's open to communicating. She's got a clearer view. This is known as the Divorcee card. Okay? But we also see that she's sending this Knight out. She is sending out a message. But I will say with this Knight of Cups that this message is kind of shaky. Why? Because the energy of the Knight of Cups is one that is rather fickle. As you can see, his horse hasn't even stepped over that stream yet. He's kind of stopped in mid-stride. So this could be promises that have been made to you, but they never materialize, or somebody making things seem more beautiful than they are. It's a lovely, wonderful quality, but it's nebulous. That's the word I'm looking for. Nebulous. Here with the moon energy and the Piscean energy. I'm going to take a look. It is this card. This idea that somebody has either removed an opportunity or reneged on a financial opportunity, or this has been scattered energies, or everything's kind of upside down. That path, that new path that you should be taking, it's not right. It's all up in the air. So let me see here. I can't look at this card and this card because traditionally they represent people. And the reason why this is not a person, this is a message. And whatever this news is going to create an event. Something moves. This situation moves. But what it moves through is some sorrow, sadness, and regret. Okay? And a major decision that needs to be made. I don't know if it is concerning this emperor or not. But because traditionally they represent people, I can only look at these pip cards here as they relate to these cards. Okay? We will look at first the reverse Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, Ace of Pentacles. It's been a long day, you guys. It's been a long day. The reverse Ace of Pentacles tells us it's about greed and the dark side of wealth and a preoccupation with material aspects. It warns of corruption, greed, and dirty deal in regards to financial matters. It implies a sense of false security and of grand plans failing to materialize. It can be by being overly possessive of money and belongings, even people sometimes. It may be cautioning you not to be overconfident at this time, as things may not go according to plan and may turn out much different than expected. If a wrong or bad or choice or decision has been made, the reverse ace asks that you listen to your inner voice and take positive action to rectify or change the situation. Missed opportunities. It is a message for you to reassess and reconsider your options, as clearer thought and reality is needed in order to correct the situation or issue. It indicates that money will come in and go out the door. It indicates that although all the seeds have been sown, the results are being blocked and thwarted. Something or someone is keeping the results from coming to fruition. Look out for missed and or overlooked opportunities. Just as I said. Doesn't tell me anything being next to any of these cards. Okay? We'll move to the Five of Wands. And I feel that it is somebody actively blocking you. He's sitting outside of the reading, so I don't know if it's him. Okay? And I don't know if it's him. And these could be one and the same person. If you'll look, he represents a Martian energy, even though he is represents the sign of Aquarius, but he is dressed for battle as well as him. This could be him in his younger aspect and his older aspect. Okay, this could be that he is actually a father, so it could be one and the same person. I'm getting that it's two people and one person at the same time. I know that may sound crazy to you guys, but it does. Here we are looking at the Five of Wands. Nothing. Okay. Five of Cups. And let me tell you about the two fives, because you've got two fives here. Two fives tell of new experiences. But the other meaning of two fives is that bickering, backstabbing, and ill will from others outside of the relationship are causing problems. Wait, let me rephrase that. Arguments, fights, bickering, and backstabbing from people who are not in the relationship are causing problems. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. I got it. Sorry. Here we have the Five of Cups. Nothing about the Five of Cups. Okay. Two of Wands. Now, with the Emperor. Now, this is quite interesting. See that offer? Something is on its way. It's tentative right now. But here it is the Two of Wands with the Emperor. A message that opportunities abound and opportunity is imminent. So establish yourself and set ideas into motion. The time is fruitful. Make the most of it. So I'm thinking, because see, he's contemplating a choice as well. And on the back side of this, there's these two cups. What I call the Two of Cups in disguise. Okay? So this is about not crying over whatever this was, or you lost it, or you think you lost it, or whatever the case may be. And it's caused some real problems. Okay? You, as the Queen of Swords, and no matter what your actual sun sign is, we all can take on the qualities of each suit. And so this is somebody who is forthright, who is honest, who tells it like it is, and who has a clear vision of where they want to go or what they want to do. You see, her heads are not in the clouds. She's above the clouds. And she has an eagle-eyed view. See that bird there? Of what she wants to do. So I don't know if this is a message that this queen sends out for some help and assistance. It's a tentative message yet. Because it looks like whatever this opportunity was, the message comes back that no, it ain't happening. But then the moon comes. And this is ruled by the sun. That balance. That masculine and feminine. And this card is really about making changes in a gentle manner. Not using power or force. As you can see, she is simply prying open the mouth of that lion. She doesn't have a chair. She doesn't have a whip. She ain't got a gun. Okay, she's facing whatever this is head on, and she's gently working with it. She's bending it to her will. But this is done through gentle force. It requires strength, it requires patience, and it requires balance. So what I'm going to do, something is on its way. But something else has to be worked out first. I gave you the meaning of the two fives. Yes, I did. both interpretations. I want to take a look at this King of Swords here, because it's almost like he's not in the picture, but he has a definite influence over this. I would not wait necessarily for this message at the moment. Whatever plans that you have, it's your choice. Remember, you really got the world in your hands, but there's more to do. Maybe you're waiting on this message, but what you should be doing while you are waiting is preparing. Opportunities abound. Isn't that what we just heard? So first I'm going to look at this King of Swords right quick. Constellante sorpresa. The Il Nemico. Remember I said he's not in the picture. That's the enemy. And the L'Amica. This is about support. Okay. The Constellante sorpresa says that, you know, I went out looking for X, Y, and Z, and, you know, I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but, you know, I'll take this instead. But this is somebody who is an enemy to you. And you do know this individual. And as a matter of fact, this is the Knight of Spades. Okay? He's got a forked tongue. He's got a snake in his hand. So going back to this could literally be someone who is trying to get something, some kind of monetary gain through deception or theft. Whatever it is, they're trying to make your life hell. Here is the L'Amica. Now, normally she's a friend, but these are two contradictory things. Okay, this is an enemy and this is a friend. That's literally what the cards say. So this card is about support. Okay, now I don't know why this guy needs support. Okay, but this is about friendship and support. Well, not friendship. He's not a friend. It may be somebody who's lying to you and being flattering to you, but they mean you. They need support from you. Okay, let me put it that way. Don't mean they're your friend because they need support, right? Last card, I'm going to look at this Emperor. So that card is a warning. And typically, how do you identify this Il Nemico? That every time you're around this person, you get a bad feeling around them. And if you can identify who that person is, that card comes to confirm that, yes, your suspicions are right. Okay? The Emperor. And another thing, he's an emperor and he's a king. Much more mature. Okay? Costanza. Ah, the disgrazia. Well. And the Dottore. Now, that's interesting because the Costanza is the card of constance. It's perseverance, really. It's about hanging in there no matter what. But we also see the disgrazia has come out. And so maybe this guy has to do with the Dottore. Maybe that's why he's given this the side eye. This can be the idea that you have been believing in something for so long, or doing something in one way for so long, or, you know, just persevering, but then suddenly the disgrazia card comes. And this is about humiliation. It is about, well, I'll read it to you in a nutshell. The disgrazia. And there are no lucky cards in this to prevent this from happening. So for someone out there, this may be exactly what's coming. It is called the tragedy card. The arrival of traumatic events which are caused by outside people and events. Okay? More often than not, it implies that you have not learned from your lessons of the past. Okay? You will feel a hapless victim of circumstance and powerless. It says that in personal relationships, it heralds a painful and sudden separation, violence, the loss of a family member, bereavement, and the traumatic and unexpected loss of a loved one. And that can be from anything. In financial matters, it heralds a sudden and unexpected dismissal, repossessions, foreclosures, embezzlement, bankruptcy, and problems with the tax man. It also indicates grave mistakes that will be paid for dearly. That's what the card says. That's it. And then we found the Dottore. Okay? The Dottore. Now, something that's quite interesting, because this card has a really obscure meaning when it's surrounded by positive cards. And this is neither positive nor negative. It's more of a neutral kind of a card here. But the Costanza is a positive card. So this could be the idea that whatever this thing that happens, it really isn't as bad as the card says it will be. Right? It will be something that kind of happens out of the blue. It's not really like the Tower card. It has a completely different meaning, but it can act that way like the regular Tower card. And here with the Dottore is somebody who can help. Now, I have also seen this card, this card here show up when this is about being in a relationship with someone that you think needs fixing. And that's your main motivation for being in the reading. The person may have addiction problems. Okay? Maybe this person is the father of your children. Okay? Maybe that's who you want him to be. All right? But there are lots of problems. He's only in it for his own personal gain. He means you ill will. And it will definitely end up in some type of public humiliation or tears or some kind of trouble in which literally specialist help may be needed. So I was going to... I'm going to go ahead and pull a Golden Nostradamus card. I don't know if maybe you've invited this person back in. I don't know. But most definitely, the person is up to no good. Oh, it's the infamous, one of my guys just said, it's the three-legged, one-eyed dog story. That's what it is. Okay, I'll have to tell you that one another time. Here we go. The castle. I think that's the castle. It is number 19. Here it is. The card says, the headstrong, bold pursue their hopeless dreams, while cowards never act but only scheme. That's a clue. Be bold, passionate, and challenge yourself before challenging others. Be careful of being overconfident. And be sure you understand what your true aspirations are. That's what I have for you. That's an interesting full moon. And because it's happening across the sign of Taurus, which is about our personal finances, but also our values and value systems, it is opposing the sun in Scorpio, which can be about greed and corruption and power-hungry people and people who lie and want to control in other ways. So that's it. Hope that helps. Till next time, be good to yourselves, be well, stay safe, and namaste.